drafting? You played them a year ago. Same scheme, same stuff that they had then.
Yeah, base-wise, the majority of what they do, is the same, obviously. But you always got to be mindful. It's a bowl game. There's going to be twists and wrinkles, so we've got to be prepared. Obviously, at the quarterback situation, there's some unknown there, so we've got to be ready. But it still comes down to who they are, and they win in the trenches. That's where it starts, and then they always say tight end is a quarterback's best friend. Kind of like a dog's a man's best friend. So you can imagine that there's going to be a lot of comfort level there. And he's a heck of a player. We faced him last year. We knew he was going to be a primary target, and he still, had a good game against us last year. So we've got to do a good job of containing the quarter. The running backs, the O-line are always well coached, and the receivers do a nice job both blocking, and then when it's their time, they make big plays.
Square has been part of your defense, I think, ever since you got here, and now it's Trevin's turn. Do you see this as kind of a torch passing moment?
It is, and I think it's not just to Trevin. I just think it's to that whole group. It's to Trevin, it's to D-Jack, it's to Martez and Luke. Between Square and Jaquez, that's they've taken a lot of snaps here, over the last several years, and it's those young guys' time to really take over, and excited to see what they can do. They've played a lot of snaps this year as well, so confident in their ability, but we're going to need them to play physical and downhill. And you come to a bowl game, kind of like the first game of the season. Tackling is always the thing that makes you nervous as a coach. And as physical as they are, and as downhill as the running backs run, you got to do a good job tackling and trying to limit some of the leaky yards.
Is there anything like that? They have played a lot, when those other guys were injured, but is there more to it, knowing that this is kind of your role moving forward as far as a leadership standpoint, intangibles, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think that plays a part. I think we talked about that. The one that reminded me is Marquand. When Marquand, it became his starting spot once Q went to Dallas. There's a heightened urgency in terms of how you prep, how you prepare, how much time you put in. You always say, practice like you're a starter, prepare like a starter, and it sounds good, and that's what you want. You want guys that can do that. But the reality is, until you're a starter, you probably don't do quite as much because you don't feel the heat. You don't understand that the lights are going to be on, the camera's going to be on you, and if you mess up, everybody's going to know, especially on national television, especially at noon kick Eastern on Saturday. No, I think they're ready to go.
Right, you're playing a quarterback that hasn't played college ball or in a game yet. He's been very athletic, not with other quarterbacks. How do you prepare for that as you watch the high school games? You got regular offense and adjust.
Yeah, you're going to have to adjust a little bit in game, in terms of what kind of skill set he has once you see it live. Obviously, we've watched what he can do in high school, and he's a talented player. Does a nice job, mobility-wise, has good arm strength, can throw from different arm angles even in high school. So, there's a lot of talent there. You can tell by the way that players talked about him and, sort of were effusive in their praise. He's got skill and talent, and like any young player, you're just looking for your opportunity. And so here it is. He's got an opportunity to step in on a big stage and just let it fly. So we expect the best from him, and we're going to have to adjust a little bit on the fly to see what that looks like.
What do you think it's like in Iowa compared? You've already answered the quarterback question, but the fact that it's a different offensive coordinator, you might get different calls from what you had during the season.
Say that again. I'm
So,
sorry.
like the Iowa defensive coordinator trying to plan for your.
Oh,
I mean, what I'm saying is you don't have the same offensive coordinator you had all season.
Yeah, no, there's always there's always a challenge, again, when you go into bowl games and there's turnover between, whatever the case may be, whether it's players, coaches, scheme. There's a lot of transitional pieces that happen in bowl games, and so that does add an element of intrigue for all sides. You see it throughout the bowl season right now. I think that the big key, coming out of last night's game, is that no game's out of reach. I mean, you watch Kansas come back from 32 down. So one, if you're ahead, you've got to keep it. If you're behind, hey, listen, anything can happen. It's not set in stone. So I think our guys are excited to play. And so as fast as we can kick this thing off, it would be great.
There's a lot of
more guys. We got the players waiting on.
There's like a lot of hand wringing about the opt-outs, bowl games don't matter. But when you see games as exciting as they've been, and you see your players, what do you think when you hear people talking about the bowl games not mattering?
Yeah, no, I think bowl games matter. I think anytime you step on the field, it matters. I think that's very much how coaches has built this program, and it's understanding that when you cross the white line, whether it's practice and especially when it's a game, the fact that nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. You don't know how many games you have, and you get to play another game on national television, so that your friends and your family and people that may not even know you get to watch it. You need to step up and perform, and I think you watch it, you can see it when you watch games and you watch bowl games and you see excitement and you see guys cheering. It doesn't matter, where you're at, what venue, how many fans, what's at stake. Football's fun, and making big hits is fun, and making big plays and celebrating with your teammates, and to not lose sight of that. I think there's I put it out there on signing days. I think people start to lose the joy and how big signing day is. It's a life-changing moment for a young man and their family. Bowl games, it's a chance to come out on a national stage and perform. That can be for a young player that's never played much, or they're getting an opportunity, or an old guy that could be playing his last game before he gives it a shot at the next level, which is nothing's guaranteed. These moments matter. They matter for relationships. They matter for coaches to players, players to coaches. When you only get a limited amount of time with guys, you got to make the most of it. And I try to cherish every moment with our guys.
It's been great. We've been flying around. All the quarterbacks have been throwing to us. We're going to show trust into all of them, whichever one plays. Can't wait to find out. We don't know as receivers. We're just going to go out there and do what we do.
You were rolling with Destin for a little while there in those first team reps. What does he bring to the position?
Oh, Destin's a playmaker. He can do it on his feet and he can throw the ball. So, I just think as a quarterback that brings a lot to the table with him coming out using his legs, and it's dangerous for him if he gets loose out the pocket. Then he can go make a play on his feet. But then if he stays in the pocket, he can make that deep ball throw or any type of throw.
Just talking about his running, Will was limited this year. There wasn't a lot of scramble drill. How does that change what you get to do as a receiver when the quarterback starts extending the play?
That sets up a lot of big time plays. If Destin gets loose on his feet and can make a deep ball down the field, it just gives us more time to get open. That's a special thing a quarterback can have.
What is it for you just to be a part of a bowl game?
It's my first one, so I'm super excited. All the team events we've got to do this week. There's more going on, and bowl games are really fun, and we just got to keep coming back to them.
We got a streak going.
Yeah, I know. We got to keep it going.
What is there pressure to do that?
I feel like a lot of people on the outside like to look in and say there's pressure going to a bowl game every year, but I just look at it and the team looks at it as we can go out there every week and just prove what we can do, and and we're gonna prove that we win games.
Iowa's got a lot of talented defensive players. What kind of challenge is that for you guys just to go up against a defense like this and put some points on the board?
They say that they have a lot of talented players. We've seen it on film. They do have talented players, but we do too. So we're going to go out there and show them that we're talented as well.
how will this game kind of set the tone for the offseason? You and a bunch of the receivers are coming back next year.
Yeah, a bunch of the receivers are coming back next year. We can't just they're going to be a new quarterback in the building. We'll see what he can do. It's going to set the tone of just how many plays we can make when we throw the ball, even when we run the ball. Just showing the playmakers that we have, they are going to step up and make plays.
What's it been like having Vince in this coordinator role and score a lot of points? What's it been like just having him in there?
Coach Merrill, he likes to talk a lot. He's sticking true to putting a lot of points on the board. The things that we have in the game plan, I fully trust him, and that we're going to go out there and score a lot of points.
What's it been like having to wait a whole month to do this?
It's been tough, but I've been at home with my nephew, so it's not too much that I can complain about.
Makes you ready to get out there for a game?
Definitely. I just can't wait to get out there and play some more football. Last game of the season. Can't wait to go out there and just prove that we can still ball.
You also got to see your squad win state. What was that like?
Oh, it was awesome. I felt more excited than they were. I don't know why, but I thought I was more excited than they were.
Creating a sense of urgency for guys. Are you at the point of the weekend where you're starting to feel that sense of urgency for this game?
Nah, to be honest, I had it throughout the week. Cause this is my first bowl I ever played in since I've been here. I've been hurt, caught COVID, so I've been excited for the bowl. But last night, the team event, that's what started it. We seen Iowa for the first time. It was just a good environment. Everybody was rowdy. So I think everybody ready from last night.
You seem to enjoy dancing up on the stage too.
Oh yeah, it was fun. It was too much fun.
Will you all be reminding them about last year's game, about what happened often?
Nah. I mean, I can't talk. I haven't played, so I can't say nothing.
You mentioned you've been mad for the last few years. Health-wise, how are you feeling?
Oh yeah, I'm 100% for right now. Yeah, 100%. Since my elbow, I took them little 2 weeks off. Ever since then, I was perfect to play back.
This will be the last time you get to play next to Jordan. What's that going to be like for you two? How's he handling it? Is he excited? What's that going to be like?
Man, we've been having crazy emotion throughout the week. His room right next door to mine. We talk almost every day talking about this last game. Me and him grew up together. He know my dad. My dad passed away, so just that relationship's so crazy. Miss that boy for sure.